if the big issue is they wouldn't tell Joe Burrow no, that's not Joe Burrow's fault. If you can't tell your kid no and you spoil them and there's problems as a result of it, it ain't your kid's fault. It's your fault for never saying no. So, all right, let's redo the offense. And maybe moving forward, if there's a decision like trade away a guy who you don't have long-term plans for or just keep him around for a year, let's think about the validity of trading him versus keeping him and understand that the quarterback may not want you to trade him and you have to have a tough conversation with him and tell him, Joe, sorry, we're moving on from Trey. We know that's not what you want, but here's why we're doing it. We hope you understand. If they're not willing to tell him no, that's not Joe Burrow's fault. That ain't on Joe. It sucks beyond belief that he's hurt, man. I don't have a more semantically responsible way of putting it. And yeah, man, we all had such high hopes for the season. We've all had such high hopes for the Joe Burrow era. It is completely reasonable to be bummed out, pissed off, feeling despair, desperation, whatever it is. But the reaction ain't, this is Joe's fault. It ain't, it's Joe's fault because, God, he couldn't get out of trouble when the pocket was collapsing around him. It ain't, well, Joe's continually reckless, and so that's why he gets hurt. Because that didn't happen on Sunday. And God knows it's not, well, it's Joe's fault because they run the offense the way he wants. Well, then don't. And work with him. And ensure that you have a system that best protects him. It's not going to be foolproof, of course. Any quarterback can get hurt on any play. Or if you genuinely believed before Joe started to talk about who he wanted on the team this year, this is how we want to build the roster. And it's going to come at the expense maybe of Trey, or maybe it might come at the expense of T. Higgins. Well, you know what? Do it and have the tough conversation and tell Joe this is why we're doing it. This isn't Joe Burrow's fault, man. It ain't. This organization has not won with him. 3 times when he has been healthy, he has put up MVP caliber numbers. They have no ring to show for it. 3 times he hasn't gotten through a season because he's gotten hit. A lot. The common denominator in both has been bad offensive line. You can get mad at me for saying that. You could believe the narrative is too tired. Look at it from any offensive line metric you prefer. They've never put him behind a good offensive line. That's a bigger deal than, well, Bratty Joe gets what he wants.